Hello. In day 3 we are going to learn the commands like how to add the shortkeys and what are the shortkeys and then modify tools. Let's learn these things in the SketchUp now. Shortkeys are the keys which enhance the working speed. To get the shortkeys, then you go to the draw tools, that is draw menu. For the line we have L, and for the arc we have A, that is 2-point arc, and in the shape we have a rectangle. For the rectangle, R is the shortkey, circle C is the shortkey. You can go with the shortkeys. Next you click on the tool, and then here we have some shortkeys. For erase E, paint bucket B, and then move M, rotate Q, scale S, push P, offset F. So we have some shortkeys like this. In order to customize these shortcuts, we have to click on the window menu bar and click on the preferences, and then here we have a shortcuts. So here we have bunch of tools. For the each tool you can add the shortkey. So if I go with the line command, that is draw a line, we have L already. Even you can remove that, and then you can add the new shortkey, example J I add, and click on the plus sign to add it and click on OK. So when I press L, then I don't get the line command. For that I have to type J to get the line command. Like this way you can remove the by default shortkeys and you can add your own custom shortkeys with the help of window, preferences and then shortcuts. Now I am adding the same shortkey for the line. I remove this J and type L and click on the plus sign and then hit an OK. So now I get a line command when I press L. Like this way you can add and remove the shortcuts for the each tools. The next let's learn the modify tools. In the large tool set we have the different types of modify tools or edit tools. To get it separately you can go here, or else you just drag it and close. Go to the view option and click on the tools, and here we have a edit bar and close it. You can keep it wherever you want. The first modify command we have is move. I click on the ISO mode and I draw a square like this. In order to move the object, first we have to select the object by double click because it is in 2D. If it is in 3D, then triple click and then get the move command by clicking over the move option, or else for the move it is M, type M. Next just follow the instructions in the status bar or information bar. Then you click the first point, which point you want to pick, and then you have to move it in a particular direction, Z or X or Y direction. Even you can lock in particular direction by pressing the arrows as I told you in the last session. The next, now from this point how much distance we want to move, that it is asking in the distance measurement option. You can give 3 enter, 5 enter depending on the requirement. So this is how you can move the object. If it is in 3D, for 3D I just draw the box again in the particular direction by using the line command. I want to check the distance of this. For this I take a dimension and then check the distance, that is 2.35. I draw the same thing, 2.35, 2.35. Just continue the same process. If the object is in 3D, first you reverse it by triple click, right click and reverse it. If it is 3D, we have to triple click to select the object. Get the move command by pressing M, and then you pick the point or click the point and then move it in a particular direction in which direction you want to move. Keep it straight and then give the distance 6, enter, like that. I just do Ctrl Z. So like this way you can move. So we don't have a copy command separately. In order to copy this, we are using the move command itself along with control. Pick the point. Before going to move and place, we have to press control to get a copy of it. When I press control, just leave the control now once you get the copy. Then you can move it in a particular direction, in which direction you want to keep the copy object, and then give the distance 5, enter. Like this way you can copy it in a particular direction by pressing M and then control, and come out from the command by pressing space. Next, if I want to copy these two objects into multiple time, then I am selecting this both squares by dragging like this, and even you can say Ctrl A to select all. The next M and pick the first point. Before going to move, I am just pressing control. So once you get a copy, you just leave and then move it in a particular direction. Now we have to give the distance. Give the distance as 5, enter. Don't delay, suddenly you have to multiply it. For that I am pressing start, or you can use X letter and 5, enter. So you have to multiply the number of objects to get a multiple copies like this. So this is how we can array the object in a column and row wise by using move and control. Next one is push. In order to convert any 2D shape into 3D, we use this push command. Let's work out with that. I take a square or rectangle and I draw it. Take a circle and then draw. So now I just do Ctrl Z. I am increasing the number of sides to get the more number of sides or to get the circle. Then next, this is a circle. Polygon, like this. So these are the 2D shape we have. In order to convert this into 3D, we are using push. You can reduce or increase the height of the 2D object. For that, you click on the push command, or else you use the shortcut P, and then make sure you are keeping over the face, not on the edges, because we can't push the edge. So when your face highlight, then you just move it in a up or down direction depending on the requirement, and then either you click or else you can give the distance, that is 5, enter. Next, same way, click this face. Either you give the same distance or different distance. So if you want to give the same distance of the rectangle, even you can track like this. On edge you can keep. Same way I am just pushing it and dragging this one or this one, or else you can give the amount 10, enter, and come out of the running command by pressing space. So this is how you work out with the push command. Even if you want to reduce the height, then push and then reduce the height by giving the particular amount. While pushing, if I use control, then next I get a one more segment, so that you can add one more segment and you can modify future like this. Along with the push, I have plus sign, means you can add the number of segments like this, which further you can edit depending on the requirement. So like this way you can push it. For example, if I want to draw the room, I take a rectangle command and then I say 0.23, 0.23. Once you done, use the push command and give the wall height, that is 3 meter. Next, by using this only, I just formed a room about 3 by 3. If I push this directly, then I lose the thickness. I just want to add one more segment. Before going to push, I just press control so that I get one more segment, and then now I give the room size, that is 3, enter. Next, again continue the same process. I am giving wall thickness 0.23 and push this into 3 meter, enter. Next, same thing, 0.23 Even you can track like this, rotate, track like this, and join this. So like this way, with the help of push plus sign, you can add the number of segments. If you want to delete this line, you can delete the line and make it one face like this. And you can copy this edge also. Select the edge only and then press M command and take a control to copy, and at the particular distance you can copy it and to get the segment like this. In the same way, while creating door opening and window opening, even you can just select the edges and then move it. That is, the door distance is about 1 meter, I can say. Next, I select this edge and then give the sill height, that is about 0.9 meter. So we get a separate portion like this. I just want to subtract this in order to convert this as a door opening. If I delete, only front face can delete. So don't go with this method. I have to subtract this portion completely. For that I am using the push again. So you can push it to get it in 3D, and you can push back to subtract this. So how to push this till the target of this back line to subtract it completely. When you reach this back edge, just double click. So this is how you can subtract any shape to the main geometry. When you can go with the rectangle, but before that you can take the tape command and mark it. Go with the tape command and then click it here and give the sill height, that is about 0.9. And from this line I am giving the height of the window. By using this line, I just copy this into 1.2 meter, that is the window size, I can say. So this is the portion for the window. I just want to keep only the required portion. For that I take a rectangle and then I draw the window size square, a rectangle, and then if I want to subtract this completely, doing the same process, pressing push or type P and then move it back direction, and when you reach the back edge, don't move it too much. When you reach to the back edge, just double click to subtract it completely. Next one is rotate. To get the rotate command, you click on the rotate option, or else you go with the edit dialog box and click on the rotate option. You can go to the tools option. For the rotate we have Q as the short key. Then next, first we have to select the object. I am just pressing space button to come out. We have to select the object which one you want to rotate, and then you get the rotate command, and then we have to pick the plane, that is the first point of the plane and second point of the plane. So how to select 2 points, that is the plane of rotation, which plane you want to rotate, like this. And once you done with that 2 points, then you just move it and then have the look here. It is asking the angle from that plane of rotation, how much angle you want to rotate. You can give 45, enter, like that. I just do Ctrl Z. So if you want to rotate this plane, then first you have to select the object. So as the symbol is changing into the red, green and blue, depending on the face, which face you want to rotate, you can just select the first point and second point on that particular plane, and then you have to rotate it. Now I give 45 or 30, enter, like this. Come out from the command by pressing spacebar. Double click to select this plane and get the rotate command by pressing Q, and then select the first point and second point, that is the plane of rotation, and from that plane of rotation you can give 45, enter. Ctrl Z. Along with this, once you select the first and second point of the plane, and before going to move it, if I press Control, then again I get the copy of it, and then now I give the angle, or else you can click the third point to mention the angle, 90, enter. So once you've done this, same rule as like a copy, type star or X letter to get a multiple copies, and then type 4, enter. So like this way you can do the polar array or circular array by using the rotate and then control. Let's do the other example. For that I just press on the top view, and then I go with the arc method. First, second, and then little bend I take. 2-point arc, 1, 2 and little bend, and again first, second and little bend in this direction. So once you form the particular shape, double click it and take the rotate. This is the angle of our plane of rotation. First point and second point. So you can rotate it like this in a particular direction. So I don't want to rotate the original object. For that I am just press Ctrl to get a copy of the selected object, and then you can give the angle 45, enter. Once you done, star 8, enter to get the multiple copies. Now I just double click this, take a M and then Ctrl to copy this, and you can place it like this. After that I am just erasing the unwanted things by pressing E, enter. Even you can multiple selection like this and then edit or delete it like this way. To get the another design, I'm just doing like this. This is how you can do the design. For this, I'm deleting the alternate edges of this inner flower shape. So like this way, even you can convert this into 3D by using the push P, enter, like that. So in order to create the CNC panel, normally we use this concept. You can create the 2D shape by using the combination of all the draw tools or whatever the draw tools you want, and then copy it in a polar way or rectangle way depending on the shape, and then push it. So like this way you can create your own design by using all the draw and then modify tools. So next one is follow me. As the name indicate, we have to follow the path. I'm just selecting all and delete. I take a line command and then draw in X and Z direction, or else you can go with any other direction. And then I draw the profile which should be perpendicular to this path. You can go with any other shape. I go with the line command and then I draw like this. Always the shape or profile should be perpendicular to this path. Once you done, take the follow me command and then make sure you are selecting or highlighting this shape and then follow the path like this. So once you reach the end point, you have to double click to finish. So you can go with this process, or else I just do Ctrl Z, and then first we have to select the path and then get the follow me command and then double click on the profile or face of this to complete it. So like this way you can follow while creating the roof or plane projection or any design. We normally use this. For example, I have a room about 3 by 3 and push it about 3. So this is the home we have, and for this I just want to take a roof projection. So this is the shape I want to carry throughout the path. This is the path what I am selecting. By pressing Ctrl you can select the multiple lines. This is the path, and then take the follow me tool and double click on the shape. So this is how you get the roof profile to your model. One more method is, so I am selecting the face which is associated to these 4 lines and then take the follow me command and double click. So this is also the one more method to apply the follow me tool. So like this way you can do the follow me concept. Next one is scale. I just draw the square about 3 by 3 and then push it about 3. So now this is 3 by 3 by 3 square, which is in 1:1 ratio. I draw a line for the reference purpose, that is 3 meter or 9 meter, which is 3 times greater than this box. Next, if I want to scale up this box into 3 times, 2 times or any proportion, then you click on the scale object. Before that, make sure you are selecting the object and then get the scale command, or else go with the shortcut, that is S. Next, once you click, I delete this line, select this one and get the scale command. So once you press S, for the each face I am getting the control vertices to control it. So if you go with the center point, to scale up this in a particular direction, even you can just select this one and then just scale up this. Just have a look, and red axis I am just scaling it in the positive way and then in the minus way. So if you move to the particular direction, you will get it in positive. So if you move it in the opposite direction, then you will get a -1. So like this way, depending on the requirement, you just scale up this, or you can just take a reference point like this. So like this way you can stretch or scale any object. So if you want to scale in a uniform way, then you have to click any diagonal point. Just follow the instructions here and then you can do the uniform scaling like this. I just do Ctrl Z. If I want to scale up this into 1:3, then I press any direction of the midpoint and then 3, enter. Means along the height or along the y direction, I just scale up it with the value of 3, and even you can reduce it like this. Next one is, we don't have the mirror command. To do the mirror, we use the scale. Let's work out with that. For that, I just go with the top and then I draw any shape. In order to get the mirror of this, as it is in 2D, press S button, and then if you click this one, then you have to move it in opposite direction. If you press this one, you have to move it in opposite direction. So always you have to move it in an opposite direction from the click point, so that you are getting the scale in the opposite direction, that is minus value. So now the original object is 1. Then we have to move it and then give the value, that is -1, enter. So this is how you get the mirror of the selected object. So if you want to keep that also, then you can take a copy of it and then press scale and then -1. While doing the apartment or any mirror creation, you can go with the scale by putting -1 value to get it in an equal proportion. Even you can scale up any face also. Select the face only and then press S button and reduce the sizes by pressing the control points like this. You can change the shape of the object. I just go with the circle and I am pushing it here. To make it taper, I am just selecting the top face and just merging or moving inside like this. And you can push it to get one more segment. So like this way you can apply the scale command for the scale and then mirror. Next one is offset. So as like AutoCAD, if you want to give the offset, then you can go with the offset command. Then next, make sure you are selecting the faces take a offset, that is F, and then keep the cursor within the face or highlighted face. Click the point or edge, then move it inside or outside in which direction you want to take a copy, and then it is asking the distance, at what distance you want the offset, that is 1, enter, like this. Even you can continue the same by giving the other value. Come out from the command by pressing space. In the next video we learn the other commands. Thank you.